Hey guys, what's up, divas? I hope that everyone is doing good and enjoying the sun these past days, which I haven't really done. Like, I haven't really been just enjoying the sun because I've been doing a lot of things. And yeah, this past week has been like very busy again, and I'm really happy it has been. As some of you may know already, I've been posting like these videos once a week where I'm like doing a recap of my artistic process. And I'm reading this book, The Artist's Way from Julia Cameron. And basically, like, there are like many exercises, and it's a method that goes during 12 weeks. And I'm on week 6. I mean, I'm starting week 6, so I'm like doing a recap of week 5. And for once, I did almost all the exercises of this week, which is good because the past weeks I only did like the main exercise, which is to write every morning, writing like 3 pages every morning in my notebook, and the artist meeting, which is basically like, taking a meeting with yourself to do like something artistic and something that's bringing like an artistic conversation, but just alone, just with yourself. I feel like I've done this week, but maybe not. Like, I can't remember because I did a lot of like artistic things, but with people, like collaborating or meeting to rehearse. So I don't know if it counts, but I'm gonna count it as yes. And so basically, in the end of each week, there is like this thing called the control of the week, and there are like 4 questions, like how many times this week have you done your morning pages? Do you start enjoying them? Not at all. How has this experience been for you? I have to say, so I think now it's been like 55 or 56 days that I'm doing the morning pages. And this past week, I was struggling doing them. I was kind of avoiding doing them, and I did them every morning, but I didn't do 3 pages. And I think it's the first week that I didn't do 3 pages every day. Like, I actually wrote maybe a page and a half every day, which is fine. But I mean, also this notebook has been like, girl, I started this notebook like when beginning of end of January. It's almost done. Like, I'm gonna need to get a new notebook ASAP. Anyways, so just to give you a little recap, so this is about the morning pages. I started to do them still every day, but like less pages, which I guess is okay. I just have been feeling like not inspired to write in the morning, and when I wrote things, it was very like pragmatic things, which is fine, because basically the idea is just to write without having something to write about, but just like writing everything that goes through your mind. And I felt a bit disconnected with that. Maybe I don't want to really feel or know how I feel, because maybe it's been a lot of like focusing on like my project, maybe like planning, not maybe, but I've been like planning the release of a new song, like, which might come out very soon. And I've been doubting a lot. I was like, should I release it? Should I have a label first? Should I da da da? Which I'm probably talking in the video from last week, but yeah. Anyways, second question is, have you taken the meeting with the artist this week? And have you heard any answers or responses during this time of enjoyment? So yeah, this week I feel like I did many artists meeting, but like I said, they were most of the time with other people. Okay, I would say like yesterday I did a sort of an artist meeting because I took a walk and just enjoyed the sunset, and I did that for like almost an hour, I think. and I went to take some photographs of the beautiful sky. It was like pink and blue, and like it was like a beautiful sky. So I did that. Um, and during that walk, actually, I got the answer, like within myself, that I should release this song probably by the end of the month or beginning of next month. And yeah, I feel like I did get the answer of like the right thing to do is to release this new song, even though I don't have a label yet, and to basically use that as a card for labels, you know, as like, hey, you guys, this is my current project, this is what's happening now with this new album, and um, and I'm gonna find a label. I'm set to it. I'm gonna like sign with a label. I think before the summer. I just have the feeling like, so yeah, let's fucking go. And I also did find out something else that's very important to me throughout the week, because I had a meeting with a manager that's the manager of an artist I collaborated with, and he did an online meeting with me, and we talked for like almost 2 hours. He helped me a lot with like questions about like, you know, like figuring out how to introduce with words my music to people in general. So it was like kind of like a marketing thing, but I felt like I could actually find answers. And one thing I realized is that, firstly, I've listened every day. I've listened again to like Lou Reed, David Bowie, The Velvet Underground, and these albums like Transformer from Lou Reed, The Velvet Underground, their first album, which I think is called The Velvet Underground, and I also listen again to Sound and Vision by David Bowie, which is one of my favorite albums from him, with Low. And this just like reminded me how punk rock, or like this like glam rock thing that I've always had, it just like put a word on it. I was like, okay, actually this has inspired me so much, like since I started music. Because I always made pop music, but also like, oh, the aim was always to make pop music, but there was always this strong inspiration from like this rock, glam rock kind of punk figures, which I think if you come to see me live, if you come to see me perform my show, you'll see that my energy is punk rock when I'm on stage. Like I have this energy of like I'm not, yeah, I'm just like going for it when I'm on stage, because the stage is everything for me, and there's absolutely nothing you can't do on stage. Or at least when I'm on stage, I feel like 100% free, and I'm not like overthinking anything, which I am in my life. Anyways, so I find out that my music at this moment in time, and this new album, this new project, is glam pop. And glam pop doesn't exist, you know, and it's this blend between glam rock from the 70s and dance pop from the Y2K. So basically, you bring like David Bowie or Lou Reed from that time, from the 70s, meets like Madonna from music time, from Confessions on the Dance Floor time, like early 2000s. And I was like, oh my god, this makes so much sense. And I've actually like tried out like to introduce the music this way to some people, because like either random people I met during the week, or even to friends, and they were like, yeah, this makes sense. So I'm excited about that, just to have like found a name, a genre, because everyone wants to put like things into genre, and I don't want to do that. But actually, while I'm like contacting labels, I kind of have to do that for them to want to listen to the project. So it's always been like a thing on my mind every time I wrote an email to a label or to an A&R or to anyone like from this music industry, business, whatever. I've always introduced my music as like electro pop, and I was, every time I wrote it, I was like, this is not interesting. Like I wouldn't want to listen to like someone who tells me they do electropop, because electropop doesn't mean anything. So the fact that I like find out this name, glam pop, maybe it sounds like not a big deal, but for me it is a big deal because it's like, this is what I do. And no one does that, because it's also like I've tried for so many years to like find artists who do what I do, and I'm sure they are, but I don't see them, I don't know them, and maybe they're also like not, they didn't break through yet, and maybe we're all gonna break through at the same time and like be this community of artists who does like this glam pop. It's like this this rock energy and this like I don't give a fuck energy, but also like it's very polished and it's very detailed and it's very glamorous and it's extravaganza. And this is what the album is. And I can't fucking wait for you guys to hear the album, but also like I'm doing each thing at the time, and you'll hear the album when everything is like meant to be in time and space, like when it's meant to come out. So, and you'll probably hear that new song very soon, because I think I'm gonna release it like very soon. So that's one thing, or like these are 10 things I guess I just talked about. What else? Yeah, the week has been busy, and like it's been a lot of like feeling like I'm not doing enough, and then I look back and I'm like, oh, I'm actually doing a lot. So I feel like I need to like keep those moments in between to like rest and remind myself that it's okay like to have moments of doing nothing, and like the nothingness is part of it, and like just me watching a TV show and all of that, because sometimes I feel like I'm chilling too much, but I think it's just like it's always like in the moments I'm chilling that I realize that I'm chilling, and maybe in the moments I'm working and I'm like creating, I'm not realizing that I'm doing this. So I always like maybe realize it like way later, like sometimes years later. And so I think like the highlight of my week was yesterday. We did like a rehearsal with the dancers, with Gigi and Nolwenn, with whom I've worked for years, and they're also like my best friends. So it's been, I think it's also like part of the book and the process that I'm like finally back in the studio with them, because a big part of me always felt bad to like work again with artists, with dancers, and not being able to pay them, because right now I have no budget. But after they saw my show in December, they were both like, honestly, like, let's fucking do it. Like, we know you don't have money, but like, let's fucking do it without being paid, because we have the passion and the time is now. And so I felt like I received a lot of that let's do it energy from them. So that makes me super happy. And I went back to ballet on Tuesday, and I'm gonna go today as well, because this teacher that I really like is teaching this week. And yeah, it's always like a sort of realization to go to ballet and be like, okay, like I can still do this, but also I'm not trained anymore, you know. And it's the same with the rehearsal, the dance rehearsal yesterday. I also see that like the dancers, they look amazing when they do the movements, and I kind of lost it. But it's not that I lost it, it's just that I need to practice, and it's just a lot of work, and I've been working on other things. Anyways, I feel like that's a good recap of the week. Yeah, I also saw that the fan club on Instagram, because there is like this little fan club on Instagram, which I think is super cool, renamed themselves as like LTS Divas, or like as the Divas. And also that's funny because yesterday I posted this video on my Instagram. I posted like an extract of the performance from When We'll Belong in Italy, in San Marino, and I got a lot of like yes diva in the comments, which I thought was super cool. Like I feel like, yeah, I wonder, are you guys the divas? Is that the name? And also another thing that that like makes sense with that diva word is that um, when I arrived in San Marino, like before I arrived in San Marino, I arrived in Rimini, and I was looking for the bus station because everything was a bit like confusing. Like nothing was super clear, and it was like raining and everything. And I ran into this girl, um, Isa, and she was like super cool, and we started to chat, and I'm pretty sure like she's queer or they're queer or whatever, but like I just felt like this like connection which was super cool, and then we added each other on Instagram. She like told me the direction and which bus I should take, blah blah blah, and then I ended up taking the wrong bus, and then she texted me, but that was like a whole crazy story. Um, and so when she saw my performance on TV, because she texted me on Instagram, she was like, I'm watching it now, and then she was like, you go diva, and I was like, anyways, on those words, I wish you guys a good week, and I'll see you next week. And please like comment in the video like anything you're like curious about or whatever, like anything we can talk about, like with all the things that I said in these 16 minutes and a half. Yeah, have you guys like felt this way lately too, like you know, like this like productivity thing where I feel like we all do so much and then we maybe feel that we don't do enough. Like let's talk about this in the comments, because I feel like this is like a general thing, and I see it around me as well. And anyways, I wish you guys a good day, and thank you for watching, and yeah, bye. Well.